Rose fans, I'm standing here with freshman sensation Brenna Grass after her 4th goal in 3 games and game winner in overtime against Converse College. BKG, as we've started to call you, you've certainly earned that nickname. As I said, it's your 4th goal in 3 games. Why didn't you just do that at the beginning of the season? What's happened? Why are you scoring so many goals now?
I think at the beginning of the season I had trouble finishing, just probably because lack of confidence, I guess.
Sure.
But through the support of my teammates around me, I kept my confidence up and just started not putting as much pressure on myself and finishing it in the 18.
Absolutely, and that's shown the last few games that we've seen. Absolutely, that confidence starting to bubble into form. You told me before the interview you've scored a game winner before in overtime in high school, but you've never done it in college, so that's got to be a pretty special feeling. Compare scoring one in high school versus college here.
Oh, it's completely different. I scored overtime in playoffs in high school, and it's completely different in college. The atmosphere is completely different. Every goal is just everyone reacts like it's a miracle or something.
Right.
Everyone just freaks out, and it's awesome. And I just loved the rush of everyone running onto the field and tackling me. It was awesome experience.
Absolutely, it's probably the only time in your life you want to be tackled. And I wish you could have seen our reaction in the press box because we went crazy. And I wish you could have seen your coach's reaction because she too went crazy. But with so many freshmen on the team, I think it's now 22 goals have been scored by freshmen out of 26 or something. So it's an insane stat. But with so many freshmen, how have y'all been able to have so much success?
I don't think we really play like freshmen on the field.
Right.
I think that once we step on the field, we just act like we have as much experience as everyone else,
Yeah.
and we just play really well together as a team with everyone, and it's just no one really treats us like freshmen. So
Absolutely, and if you don't play like freshmen, you won't get treated like
That's
one.
true.
So once again, congratulations,
Thank you.
BKG. Royals fans, welcome to the post-game report. I'm standing here with a smiling head coach, Talbert, after what was an exhausting 3-2 overtime win against Converse. Tale of 2 halves, so we'll start probably just with the beginning of the second half. It looked like their strategy was going to be to sit back a little bit as you possessed it and counterattack. And let's be honest, it worked perfectly going down 2-0. Is that what you saw out there?
That's exactly what we saw. They committed numbers on the attack all the time. They, even on our corner kicks, they left 3 attacking players on our 3 backs. And so we were even having to pull numbers out because that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to win the ball and counter, and they did do it successfully. Unfortunately for us, we weren't great first defenders, and we were even less good at marking on the back post there. That's where both their goals came from. So, it's unfortunate for Jessie because she had some phenomenal first saves, and we were able to create that first save, and it should have been an easy shield in the runner on the back post and get it out. But their counter worked, and that's why this game is the way it is. Everyone has different styles, and if we can't play the style that we're trying to play, then the other team's style will work. And it was the tale of 2 in the second half. I mean, they dominated the first 30 minutes as far as just being able to finish and execution.
Yeah, and I was going to say, even after they scored the first 2, y'all still didn't immediately get going. But I'd say with about 15 minutes left, I think that's fair to say, that you really could see signs of possession and desire to score. And you came close a couple times, but you didn't score until 4 minutes left, 3.5 minutes. But did you sense, starting with that 15-minute time frame, that that's what could have happened?
Yeah, you look at the stats, and the shot count was, I think, 23-9.
Right.
And so it was one of those games, and I've referred to this before, where I don't like to say it's coming, it'll come, because sometimes it doesn't if you don't put the work in. And we had a breakout moment in the last 10 minutes. And it was what we've been working on all season, is when the pieces come together, and it's not just the technical and tactical part, which when we do that well, we look good. It's the mental and the physical part. And when all 4 come together, it's a breakout moment, and that's what we needed here. And they needed to know what it felt like to play like that, because it's hard to replicate that when you don't know what it's supposed to feel like.
Sure.
And so they went in, put the work in, and now they know what it should look and feel like in all areas in order to be successful and battling. I've never seen us battle in the box like that. that we did in the last 10 minutes. So
No, it was great, and I told you before the interview I had a completely different set of questions lined up for you, and I wrote them with about 20 to go, and then serves me right, so I'll never do that again. But we talk a lot about how many freshmen you have, and I think right now we should end that because you're right, they don't play like freshmen. But tell me what your reaction was to see BKG put that ball in the goal, and more importantly, what'd you learn about them tonight? You talk about battling.
You know, I heard a quote earlier in the week that said, "Don't ever let the moment get so big that you can't grab a hold of it." And I think that's what the freshmen do really well. Is they don't let it get out of their grasp. They're able to very maturely not let the situation get above their heads, and that's what they did today. And some of them we saw spark that we haven't seen since the beginning of the season. And that's what you need going into the last stretch.
Right.
And a lot of times as a coach, there's not much you can do. They have to find it for themselves. And the leadership of the upperclassmen today was unbelievable. Brooke, Jen, Sarah Johnson came in and played the entire game at a position that she hasn't played since last year. And their ability to be consistent allowed the freshmen to have a chance to be amazing.
Right.
And so it was, I could not be more proud of the comeback, and not only that, not putting your head down, because a lot of times in a lot of seasons I've coached even here, we find ourselves in situations where we just call it a game. You know, we're down 2-0 and it happens, and although we have the ability, we just can't find what's deep inside to get us there. And today they grasped it. They didn't make it so big they couldn't handle it, and that's what they deserve. The seniors deserve it, the freshmen deserve it, everyone in between who now has years ahead of them to know what this looks like, and they're playing for the seniors who only have 2 more home games after this. And so it's an amazing feeling. And Converse was a very good team. They did try to possess before they countered, and they played with us. And we finally had some good execution in the final third, and I couldn't be more happy for BK and Logan and Sid and all the players that got points, but then all the other players who played all the minutes. It was awesome.
I mean, it's a performance any fan that was watching and the whole university could just be really proud of, that battling. So, as I said, a 3-2 overtime victory. What more can he ask for? Maybe a regulation victory. But, Coach, definitely a great game tonight. Thanks.
Thanks, Henry.